was once a young fox named Vespera, a student whose mind seemed to dance where others struggled to walk. While others memorized maps, she understood the journeys hidden within them. While others studied ancient wisdom, she brought it to life. Her teachers praised her, her fellow scholars admired her, and deep within the Mountain Academy, many believed she was destined for greatness. For a time, Vespera believed it too. But admiration can be a dangerous thing, especially when it shines too brightly. The more Vespera's gifts became known, the more attention she received. The scholars celebrated her discoveries, they repeated her ideas, they spoke her name with excitement. And from the shadows above, someone else was watching. Someone who had once stood where she stood. Someone who quietly began mistaking another's success for his own loss. Then one day, everything changed. Accusations appeared, whispers spread, questions became judgments, and judgments became decisions. Vespera stood before the academy she loved, unable to defend herself against a story that had already been chosen. The gates that once welcomed her closed behind her. As the mountain disappeared into the mist, she carried only a satchel, a few books, and a heart that no longer knew where it belonged. At first, the road felt lonely, but the world has a way of teaching lessons no classroom can. In distant cities, she listened. In crowded markets, she learned. In mountain villages, she shared stories beside strangers who became friends. And little by little, the pain she carried began to soften. Because wisdom was never hidden inside one academy. It lived everywhere, in every road, every conversation, every life she touched. And somewhere along the journey, Vespera stopped searching for who she used to be. Years passed. Then, far away, a crisis emerged. Deep within the Academy's oldest vaults, a mystery appeared that no scholar could solve. Ancient mechanisms fell silent. The answers they needed remained hidden, until someone remembered a name. Vespera, the student they had cast aside. Messengers crossed mountains, letters traveled valleys, and for the first time, the Academy came looking for her. When Vespera returned, she came only as far as the gates. The Academy stood before her, exactly as she remembered. The Grand Master welcomed her back. Her rank could be restored. Her name could be cleared. Everything she had once lost could be returned. Vespera listened quietly, then smiled. Not because she was tempted, but because she finally understood something. The life she had built beyond those gates was worth far more than the one she left behind. So Vespera gave them the answer they needed. The ancient vault awakened once more. The crisis was solved. The Academy was saved. And then, she turned toward the open road, not with anger, not with regret, but with peace. Because some places teach us valuable lessons, even if they are not meant to remain our home. And sometimes, the wisest thing you can do is simply keep walking, and not go back to the same place where you lost your smile.